Overwatch 2 Season 1 review. Let's do this. All right, hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Stylosa. So we're going to break the whole season down here and just look at what Blizzard have managed to do. And we're going to give this a report card at the end of the video because it's obviously, there are some problems, aren't there, with this season, and we hope they get fixed in Season 2 and beyond. So let's do it. Let's start with the Battle Pass. Oh, dearie me. So Heroes locked in the Battle Pass is terrible. I will never, ever, ever like this. I know loads of players hate this. It is cheap monetization. It is saying, look, guys, we know you want the hero. We know you need the hero because the hero will be meta. And Kiriko is definitely meta at the highest levels of play anyway. And she's just fun to play anyway. So you want her. She's a new hero, etc., etc. So we're going to stick her in the Battle Pass and make you buy the hero. Now, Season 1 was unique because if you owned Overwatch 1, you got Kiriko anyway. That was a gift from the benevolent Blizzard. I'm just going to leave that in. I'm not even going to edit that out. Whatever. Take it. Now, in Season 3, things are going to get different because Ramatra, you need to buy the Battle Pass to get Ramatra, or you need to grind to level 55. I'll never agree with this. I think it's bad design. The game should be built for you to play, for you to enjoy, and then you spend money because you enjoy it, not frustrating you into, well, you want the latest OP hero, you best buy it. I just hate it. No premium currency. This, again, is a massive slap in the face to Battle Pass enjoyers all over the world. Even Fortnite has got premium currency in its Battle Pass, and one of the guys that worked on Fortnite works on Overwatch 2's Battle Pass. So why didn't they force the issue? You know, something's going on here. Maybe there was premium currency in the Battle Pass at one point, then it got removed. Who knows? But no premium currency is just terrible. It means, of course, you can't play through the Battle Pass to earn the currency that you can spend on skins, but also you can't buy the next Battle Pass because you've played through the Battle Pass effectively. You just can't do that. It's like the Battle Passes, you have to buy them every single time they come out, and you get no premium currency. Poor rewards. Okay, this is just very easy to pull this apart. The rewards in the Battle Pass are pretty terrible. Okay, the Mythic Genji skin at the end was great. I think that was a really good skin. Set the bar quite high for what Mythic skins should be, and hopefully future ones can follow on from that. But then the majority of the skins in the Battle Pass were not great. You know, there was some really, really good Cyberpunk skins that ended up in the shop. Now, the season's theme was meant to be Cyberpunk. So you would think you'd put the themed skins into the Battle Pass. Unfortunately, again, going after maximum monetization, they put the best skins in the store. So when you want that, I don't know, Cyberpunk Roadhog or the Cyberpunk Widowmaker skin, that's right, they're $20. So you best cough up money because they're not in the Battle Pass. Now, there was some okay skins in the Battle Pass, but remember, there's 100 tiers of rewards in the Battle Pass. And, like, okay, I think the Kiriko Cyberpunk skin in the Battle Pass was fine. I kind of like the Farah skin as well, although I know a lot of people really didn't, but I kind of thought that was okay. And then beyond that, you got the Mythic Genji skin. Maybe the Mercy skin was okay. There's not much there, really. Like, no one cares about the trash rewards as well. I'll just say that straight away. No one cares. It's all trash filler rewards, like random player icons and all that stuff. What gets me is I don't know how they went from taking a system and making it the best in the industry to giving us the system we've got now. Like, think of old Overwatch. They took loot boxes and basically gave us the best version of a terrible system in the industry. The most generous loot boxes you could get, right? Really generous. I was kind of expecting them to do the same to the Battle Pass, reinvent the Battle Pass, do things like there's no time limit on completing this Battle Pass. So if you buy it, you can still come back and choose to dedicate XP to that Battle Pass at any point in the game's lifespan. But no, they don't do that. They're going to give you premium currency, but no, they don't do that. They're going to invent new systems and new ways of actually using them and implementing a Battle Pass. No, they didn't. In fact, they just gave us the worst Battle Pass by a lot of metrics in the industry. The most stingy Battle Pass. And that really came out of left field to me. I mean, maybe it's indicative of the way the game is going forward and design decisions and management decisions that are in place now, but it is a sour taste. In terms of how long it takes to complete the Battle Pass, I did this in a few weeks. Now, obviously, I'm playing more than the average player. I will say, though, it was not like my playtime was crazy. I think the longest play session I had, well, okay, this is probably going to sound crazy. It was probably about 6 hours, but I was not doing that every day, you know. Most days now, most days I'm not playing it every day because obviously I'm busy making videos and all of that stuff like that I have to work on. But I reckon a play session to me now is probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours max maybe, every other day, I'd say, if I was being generous. And I managed to complete the Battle Pass. I didn't go after any challenges. I just sort of played the game. That was it. And mainly because the challenges are boring as hell. But we'll get onto that in a bit. But yeah, I just played the game and managed to get through the Battle Pass. So I don't think it's that crushing in terms of playtime requirement. But again, remember, if you go on holiday for 2 weeks or something happens, you lose internet access, your computers break, your consoles break or whatever, and then suddenly you come back to a season and you've got, I don't know, 3 days left to get 30 tiers. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you need to buy those tiers now. And that's the reason why they will never allow us to complete any battle pass at any time, because they want that fear of missing out moment where I bet you they're seeing spikes in people buying battle pass levels right now because it's like, uh-oh, the season is almost finished. I best unlock that Genji skin. And again, I hate that. Monetization through frustration. Challenges. All right, they're just not very imaginative. They're just boring. They're just crap. Can you guys name me a challenge? I mean, I'm not even looking at the challenge page yet. I'm probably showing it you guys in the video, but it's like win 10 games on support. Oh, great. This is amazing. They are boring. They're crap. You don't ever go into the challenge menu and be like, wow, I'm going to try and work towards this challenge. You just don't care. At least that's the way I played. I just didn't care. Now, there's comically low premium currency for completing weekly challenges. This is the only way you can get the premium currency unless you buy it. You get 60 a week. Now, think about how much a legendary skin costs. 1,900. Now, work out how many weeks it's going to take you to get the required funds to... yeah, it's getting ridiculous, isn't it? 10 weeks, you're going to get 600. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Right? You guys can work it out. It's not great. It takes a long, long time if you want to buy anything with the free currency they give you. This is why it kind of makes me think that maybe the battle pass was designed to have currency in it, because if you plug the 60 into maybe another 60 or another, like, I don't know, what would you get? It wouldn't be 60 out of the battle pass, would it? I don't know how they would do this, but maybe at every 10 levels you got some sort of premium currency along with whatever item they gave you. That would have been a bit more generous, but hey, they're not about that. They want you to buy the currency. They don't want to give it away. But yeah, comically low premium currency rewards for completing weekly challenges is just kind of makes it pointless. The new hero, Kiriko, amazing. Absolutely nailed it, Blizzard. So this is what gives me hope for the future. We've already seen Ramatra as well. We've seen gameplay clips of Ramatra from Blizzard. He looks incredible. But Kiriko is great herself as well. Okay, I know people have moaned about some of her voice lines and the way her character has kind of got, like, her attitude's maybe a bit strange at times. But who even cares about that? The way she plays, her kit is phenomenal. I think I mean, I love her playstyle. I think it's really, really good. She works super well in 5v5. She's a modern hero. Great stuff. Look at Ramatra. He transforms into different forms. He's got loads of abilities. Ridiculous, right? This is awesome for Overwatch's future. And if they can carry on doing this, then this is a big winner moment for Blizzard. Now, this is what I get a bit worried, right? And I've got to, like, what I always try to do in these videos is that I like to put forward a logical argument. I don't want to just be overly positive. I don't want to be overly negative. I want to say this is an issue. Maybe we can fix it this way, or yada, yada, yada. Or at least almost be devil's advocate to myself in some cases. However, this isn't a devil's advocate situation. This is a situation of maybe Kiriko and Ramatra were designed years ago. And so we're now, like, the team is totally different who build Overwatch 2. So who knows what's going to happen after these heroes? I don't know. But I would say that probably, yeah, we're going to get really good heroes in the future because, yeah, they're the main attraction of the game and they're still killing it. Seasonal event. Now, this was the Junkenstein's Wrath of the Bride. I think this was a fun PvE mode, albeit it was very, and I mean very short and had zero replayability because the rewards attached to it were not really that good. Again, that's an issue. But I think this does show the potential of Overwatch 2 PvE. It just needs to be a bit more sort of fleshed out, a bit longer, I think. And I think we'd have a really good PvE game. The main issue, though, with this seasonal event is earnable rewards and earnable skins that were just not in the event. Now, this is being addressed for Season 2 and Season 3 and beyond. However, there is a caveat. And the skins that they are giving away for the upcoming events, the majority of them are old Overwatch 1 legendary skins that if you are a veteran player of Overwatch, you've probably got. And if you haven't got, you've seen them before. So again, loses that impact of, oh, wow, it's a new skin. And that is a problem. That, again, is a cheap way of doing it. It's a way of using old assets to say, hey, we've got a free skin. I would say to Blizzard, what happens to me, who owns all of the skins that you've showed off so far, apart from the Brig Ice Queen skin, because I think that is legitimately a new skin, although it's epic, not legendary. What about the legendary Echo skin? I mean, I've got that skin. The legendary Valkyrie Mercy skin. What is it? The Valkyrie Winged Victory? Sorry, that skin. I've got that. Like, so what? Do I get currency as a reward? Do what hell? You know what I mean? Shop. Okay, we could spend an hour talking about the shop. I've made enough videos on the shop and monetization. But let's just leave it at this. It's overpriced in every way. $20 for a skin is crazy money. $10 for an epic skin, again, is crazy because some of the quality of the skins has been terrible. Look at this skin. This is currently in the shop. It is a Sojourn firefighter skin. They've put a firefighter helmet on her head and they want $10. They can go away. That is my answer to that. Oh dear. They also kept the best Cyberpunk skins for the store rather than in the Battle Pass. Again, they know that they look the best, so they've got the more chance of selling them, so stick them in the store. Annoying decision. The bundles were overpriced. The Witch Kiriko bundle was absolutely terrible because when this first came out, you could not even buy Kiriko on her own. That skin was part of the bundle. It cost 2,200 credits. That meant you had to pay, well, that's more than 1,900, isn't it? Because you only really wanted the skin. You didn't care about the other crap that was in the bundle. They did, however, go back I think it was like a week later or maybe 2 weeks later and go, you know what? You can actually buy Kiriko on her own now. You don't have to buy her in the bundle, which is nice. But I would say, what about all those poor people that bought the bundle because they just wanted Kiriko? Did you refund them, Blizz? Did you? Hell. Poor quality items. Again, you know, the Sojin skin I've showed you earlier is bad. There's been skins in this store which are very questionable. Things that you don't want. Even not just talking about the skins, souvenirs, weird souvenirs, like the Zarya weight souvenir. Like, what the hell was that about? You know, terrible stuff. Stuff that you actually don't want to buy. Selling event skins as well in the shop really kills the event hype. Now, we know we're going to get a bunch of Greek mythology skins for Season 2. But we know they're going to be in the shop. So if you class Season 2 as an event, like a 9-week long event, you're hyped. You're like, oh yeah, I cannot wait for the Reinhardt Minotaur skin to be earnable. But actually, it's in the store. You got to go and buy it. It leaves a sour taste in my mouth, at least. I'm like, then I end up not caring. Like, I've played through Season 1, and I've not bought anything out of the store. I don't care. I just don't even care about my skin. I know Overwatch has got issues with skins because obviously it's just a first-person model that you see. You don't see the rest of the skin. So it's not as, the value proposition isn't as high as it would be in a third-person game, let's say. But yeah, it's just really does kill the hype. Map pools, I hate these. I really hate map pools. They restrict gameplay, and they really restrict gameplay options. So nobody, it doesn't matter how good King's Row is. You don't want to keep playing King's Row all day long, right? You want different maps in there as well. Also, talking to King's Row, Dorado fits this as well, and Iconvolt. Old maps that we've played for years and years and years and years. Playing them again in Overwatch 2, it's fine. But it does sort of make you go, yeah, I remember. Yeah, it's an old map. Especially if you played Overwatch years ago, then came back to the game for Overwatch 2, and the first map you load into is King's Row. You'd be like, hey, what's this? The same map? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But just get rid of map pools, Blizzard. Whenever you fix the maps, or done whatever you need to do to them for Overwatch 2, make them all playable, for God's sake. Progression systems, okay. Major regression across the board here for progression compared to Overwatch 1. So all they care about now is Battle Pass level. That is it. That's the progression. They want that $10 off you every 9 weeks, every season, and then they want you to go through that level. And they want to keep showing you that you are progressing, that you are going up in level, that it is worth it to you, even though the rewards are trash and terrible. Account level is removed to force focus onto the Battle Pass. So no longer are you worrying about your account level, you're worrying about your Battle Pass level. At least that's what they intend. Match end cards are just removed. This is because they want you to look at the Battle Pass XP bar. So you come out of a game, you're straight into this is the Battle Pass, how much XP you've got. Great news, good stuff. Obviously in Overwatch 1, you had the voting system where at the end of the game, you could vote. Now, this was a fun system. This was a game system. This was a fun gaming system. And I feel like Overwatch 2 has become a bit sterile in a lot of ways because it is just pushing after monetization. Let's not have an end screen where we can waste time voting and maybe even talking to people, having a bit of banter after a game. No, we need to get straight into the Battle Pass because we need more sales. Competitive ranks are hidden in the match, which makes comp kind of feel weird because you don't... It's almost like... I'll tell you what it's like. It's like playing it's like playing a competitive sport, right? So if you play football or soccer and you play it with your friends down the local park, you're just there with your own kit, your own jerseys, whatever. You're not a team. You're just messing about. But competitive, like you wear the team's kit, right? And it feels like in Overwatch 2, that comp, you just don't have that anymore. It still feels like you're in your quick play gear, but you're just in comp. It's weird. I know it's only an icon on a portrait and that, but it really is weird. I really think they should go back on this and at least let you turn it on or off or something like that. I know that they've got rid of it because they think it causes toxicity, but I don't know. I think we need it back at this point. Competitive rewards are temporary titles, which you can use the next season, which is okay. Also, golden weapons, which, if you guys remember, golden weapons were said to not be included in Overwatch 2. In fact, were being removed from the game because they're poor. You shouldn't be playing competitive to get a golden skin. You should be playing it to get better at the game. and there are other ways that they can actually incentivize that, it would seem that they don't, that now, whatever, they just left gold weapons in. It was like, no, we'll keep gold weapons because they're great. The game has regressed in every area of progression, really, and it's at the cost of driving Battle Pass sales. And I think that's the reality of it. Competitive, well, wild swings in match quality. You can go from one game where everything is fine and dandy and it's a nice matched, balanced game, to a game where your team annihilate the enemy, or a game where they annihilate you. It's wild. Like, it just feels like every game is really, really random what's going to happen. I think 5v5 does work well, though. I really do think this was a good change for the game. I think it gives more freedom to play. There's less shooting at shields, more opportunity to make plays, because you can have those moments where you can pop off as DPS or pop off as the tank. Obviously, it's very difficult to do it as support. You can do it sometimes as support, but those moments where you kill 2 of the enemy players, I mean, if you're playing a DPS, let's say you're playing the OP Sojourn, and you blow the heads off both DPS of the enemy team, you've won that fight, you've done that. That feels great, whereas in the past, Overwatch was a slower game. There's a lot more barriers, a lot more stuff to shoot through. Now there isn't. So you do get these explosive moments, which can maybe push towards more steamroll-y style experiences where you can just wreck the enemy team because you win a couple of engagements on the bounce. Support still needs love, but the good news here is there are changes coming to support in Season 2 and Season 3. They're looking at support system changes, support mechanic changes, support buffs, all of this stuff. Role changes, loads and loads and loads of stuff. So I can't wait to see what they do here. But the good news is they are looking at this, because it can feel terrible to just get dogpiled on a support all of the time. Tank reworks, though, I think these worked really well, with the exception of Doomfist and Wrecking Ball. Obviously, Doomfist is really struggling, Wrecking Ball as well. But all the other tanks, I should say, DPS is kind of a slip, but it does make sense. The tanks are just godlike DPS, and all of the other tanks, bar those 2 guys, are really fun to play. They are really, really fun to play. But remember, don't just shoot the enemy tank. Just ignore the enemy tank and just start killing their midline or their backline, and you'll just start winning loads of games. If you're playing that Orisa against the Reinhardt, don't shoot the Rein. Just walk past him and start killing his team. If you're the Rein in that example, don't swing on the Orisa. Get into the backline, and you'll start winning loads of games. And then you'll realize how strong tanks are. Terrible rank icons. Oh my, I don't like these new rank icons. I don't know why they even changed them. I think the old ones just look better. I don't know why they did. Why did you do it, Blizz? Can somebody tell me? Hello? Poor rewards as well for filling on lesser roles, or lesser played roles, but maybe not lesser roles at the moment. It's support. So you get 500 XP, don't you, if you join in the support queue, which is fine, but you only get that for one game, and then you get 100 XP. But there's 5,000 XP required for a Battle Pass level, so it can kind of feel like you're not getting anything extra, because you're really not. Communication. Okay, Blizzard are really struggling with this. They like to come out and make grandiose statements. Yeah, we'll talk more to the community. Yeah, we'll do this. And then they just go silent. There'll be months of no communication, and it can get frustrating at times. And I can't really see this changing either, because in some ways, they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. Why would you, as a developer on the game, put yourself out there talking about the game if you know it's going to spawn loads of YouTube videos, loads of Twitter interaction, all kinds of stuff, right? That maybe you don't want to deal with, and that's rightfully so. I mean, I can relate to this in a lot of ways. Obviously, you know, I'm an influencer, a content creator, whatever you want to call me. I make stuff. I make videos. A lot of people talk to me on Twitter. A lot of people, thousands of people leave messages on videos. There's loads of stuff going on, right? And it can be difficult to sift through that, especially the negative comments, because they really can hit hard, and you know, they can knock you off balance. But anyway, more frequent blog posts that they do, I think, are great. I really do think that's great. I just wish that we had more interaction publicly with people who are leading the game. I really think, honestly, that was something Overwatch used to excel at, you know, in the past. Forum posts and stuff like that you get from the developers. Now, though, it does feel a bit disconnected from its fan base. But like I said earlier, I can understand not wanting to just be open, completely open, and talking about the game, because people do like to take things the wrong way. Balance. Okay, mid-season patch was heavily delayed. This was not great for the game. This meant that we had to keep playing through Zarya meta, which was not good. However, there was one glaring omission from this, or omissions, we should say. Sojourn was not nerfed, even though she was extremely OP. Doomfist was not buffed, even though he was terribly weak. And Hammond was just left to be Hammond. I don't know why they didn't address them. The mid-season patch, though, did address the Zarya power issue and did change the meta, so it had its intended effect there. It was just too slow in being deployed. Supports still feel unloved as well. Now, this kind of ties into the whole thing with you're looking at Zarya, or not even Zarya, you're looking at Zarya. I've got Zarya on the brain. You're looking at Sojourn not being nerfed, yet it was a clear issue. Supports feeling weak was a clear issue. You think that they would have made changes, made more progressive buffs, done something to shake it up. But it does look now that that's maybe something they're going to do for the start of Season 2. And because this mid-season balance patch was so heavily delayed, we've only had it for a few weeks, and then we're into Season 2. So, but still, balance was very, very slow in Season 1. So this brings us to the report card. What do we give Overwatch Season 1 if we were to rate it from U, which would be unclassified, or from D, C, B, A, L. Okay, I think what we do is we say it's mixed. It is very, very mixed. I think the game is fun to play, but I think all of the supplementary systems around the game are woeful in design and implementation. And the issue with this is it will curtail the lifespan of the game unless these issues are resolved. Now, they can flood us with content, which they need to do, which they sort of are doing, so I'm looking forward to that, which will keep making the game fresh. I still think, like I said, 5v5 is great. I think the gameplay is great. There's nothing really like Overwatch on the market as well, so it's very unique in that regard. But why would you keep playing this game beyond a couple of weeks and then you're out? Maybe Blizzard are fine with that being the long-term plan for the game. Maybe they're okay with players just jumping back every time there's a new hero, which releases for a couple of weeks. Maybe it drives a shed load of Battle Pass sales that warrants development of the game. I don't know. But I just think, as I said, all of these systems are just not great. And they really take away from the game, I think, more than they add to it. And this leads into players needing a reason to play. You need something to work towards. Rewards, progression. I just worry how long the game can maintain interest on its gameplay strength alone. So if I was to give this a score, I would say you've got a very, very strong foundation, but everything else has not been great. Probably be looking at a D, if I'm honest. Maybe a C-. And we'll see what happens in next season. So what's the conclusion here? All right, it's a rough start for Overwatch 2. And I'm worried that the content that was worked on in years past, content like Kiriko and Ramatra, could mark a high point in the game's design. Are we going to go downhill from here? I really hope we don't. I hope this is just the start and we're going to keep going up and up and up. That's a bit all doomer though, let's be honest. I think Blizzard have stated that they're making changes to the Battle Pass and other key issues moving forward. Hopefully, they can make changes in a timely manner that resonate with the players and help the game move forward. We don't want this game to stagnate. I also do really worry about how they'll drum up interest in seasons that don't feature heroes, especially when they've tied the Battle Pass monetization directly into heroes. It's a very strange situation to be in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and watching to the video. I hope this has given you a fairly rounded opinion of Season 1 of Overwatch 2. And I really want to see what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like, how did you find the season? What was the worst aspect for you? What was the best aspect? Let me know. All right, guys, thank you for listening and watching the video. I've been Stylosa, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. See you soon.